Welcome back to another 5 Things Learned, and sadly in another defeat for Chelsea at Stamford Bridge at the hands of Brighton 2-1. So before I start, people, please hit the like button and please subscribe if you haven't, and do participate in the comment section. Put your things learned in this match and positives, if there are any positives, and negatives, which at the moment are plenty, to what do you think is going wrong at Chelsea right now. And at the moment, their hope of anything getting better is getting slimmer and slimmer day by day, and we all want the season to end. So starting off with the first point is tactically outclassed. Again, tactically, the way we were set up in this game was very wrong. I will never deny I'm not the person to hide. I was one of the person that was fine with disappointment. Why I was fine with the people, I have my own reasons. First, I was fine because for me, this season is over. I did not have any hope before the Real Madrid game. I think Real are just at another level, experience, what they can do in this competition. And also for me, people, it was about Conference League. I didn't really want that. And with Graham Potter, things were only going downhill. So I was thinking, is it only going to get better anymore? I did not have any hope for that. So I understood disappointment, so that the next appointment ownership go for is right and is not wrong. And we are not in another moment like this next season. But Frank Lampard, sadly, I love Super Frank, a legend of the club, a person I love, but he's tactically getting absolutely destroyed in all 3 games. We conceded like around 12-13 shots against Wolves, 18 shots against Real Madrid, 26 shots to Brighton at home. Tactically, the way we were set up, the midfield was disastrous setup. Enzo, Zakaria and Gallagher, there was gonna be no balance. Caicedo had an absolute field day against our midfield. McAllister was enjoying himself. Mitoma was cooking Chalobah a new one, destroying a player who is not a proper right back. Fofana, Badiashile playing together properly for the first time as centre-backs was always going to be a disaster. And tactically, the way we were set up, our pressing was not proper. The spaces were so open. Whenever we were trying to play from the back, there was no structure. There was no proper player coming and receiving the ball. And that has to go to the setup. There was literally no setup. At least in the Graham Potter performances, we were dominating the game. We were not finishing chances. But right now, we neither are dominating the game. We neither can receive the ball. We neither can hold the ball. We neither can create chances. There's just no identity on the pitch, and it's very, very sad to see. And De Zerbi, Cook, Frank, an absolute tactical masterclass, destroyed us, absolutely finished us, and the 2-1 scoreline looks very good, because it easily could have been a 7-1, 7-2. That was how bad we were. We were tactically outdone. And Frank, for me, tactically in all 3 games has got wrong. We aren't a back 4 team, and in back 4 we have to play a proper 3 midfield which can cover up the spaces, and he did not do that. I think tactically it was disaster, and 3 games Frank has got tactically it absolutely wrong. Coming to the second point today, and a bit of positive note, is Mudryk. I think right now we have no positives the way this match when we were destroyed, but I think Mudryk is a big positive in this game. I think Mudryk for me played very, very well in this game, and he showed why he's such a talented guy, but still is very, very raw. The way he runs with the ball, the way he attracted Brighton defenders towards him, he was the only player I can say somewhat with Conor Gallagher who had fine performance in this match. But Mudryk, whenever he had the ball, you sense something is going to happen, something is going to happen. He created a goal, he ran fully, then passed to corner, a deflected goal, but well done to Mudryk. In the end also he took a shot as well, and whenever he was on the ball, Brighton were pushing back. We showed the quality of this guy, and he's still very raw. He should have made a pass to Ziyech, that cross, which I think Mudryk was too late on. He still is very raw in some of his passing, in some of his decision, and this is understandable. He's coming from a league which is not at a high level. He's coming to Premier League with 3 managers now. He does not even have a proper time on the training ground. We have to give this guy time, and I think with a proper manager, with a proper structure, with a proper management, with a new manager, hopefully in the summer with a pre-season, we might see why we signed this guy and why he's such highly regarded talent around the world. De Zerbi rates him highly. Arsenal wanted him, and I think this guy has a lot of talent. And today, in glimpses he showed us yesterday against Brighton, that how good he could be. Now coming on to the third point, and another important point, is there's no cohesion in this team. If we see Chilwell and Mudryk at the left side, they had no cohesion on tracking back. There was no cohesion between Chalobah and Pulisic. There was no cohesion between the attack of Pulisic, Sterling, Mudryk. Nobody knew where the other one was. Pulisic, whenever he had ran with the ball, lost it. No passing. Sterling was like always lost. There was no idea what he's trying to do. And the way we played, there was no idea. Zakaria was somewhere. Enzo was trying to do everything on his own because he had no support. When Mateo Kovacic, Luis James came on, things did not get better. They only got worse. There's no cohesion in this team right now. It's like the guys don't know where to pass, where to hold the ball, who to pass to, who to make the run, and that happens when you sign 35, 36 squad players, you sign 20 players. That's what's going to happen. And when you sack managers after managers, that is what bound to happen. With the way our preseason went, a disastrous preseason, then we sacked Tuchel, we brought a very inexperienced manager, and then again we brought so many players. The disaster was bound to happen, and it's only getting worse. The team has no cohesion, nobody knows where they are, and how can you win footballing matches when on the pitch your guys have no cohesion? Mitoma for Brighton, he makes the run behind, and Solly March puts a cross in because Solly March knew Mitoma is making the run. Caicedo knows McAllister is making the run. In our team, there's no cohesion, and until we have a proper manager, we trim the squad, it's not going to get better, it's only going to get worse. We need a miracle against Real Madrid, let alone a comeback, even a fine performance. But right now this team has no cohesion, and I think to end the season, Chelsea should play a regular lineup, a regular 11, and keep playing them, and that's the only way for us to go. Play same 11, continue to next season, and build at least some cohesion so we can end the season with some dignity. Number 4 point is on the ownership, and I think this should remind them they should not do everything at once. I'm not fully going on ownership right now, people, because still, let's be honest, the club was in turmoil. I'm very happy at least my clubs exist. What happening was last year, the fear of club going bankrupt and everything with no owners. I'm very happy, and these owners have put the money into the place. They have brought the right footballing people. I think they put investment in the women's team as well. They're trying to build the stadium. So I still think these ownership have some very good things in mind, but I think they tried to do everything at once. Got rid of Marina, Czech, everyone, groundsmen, they did not leave anyone, physios. They sacked Thomas Tuchel straight away without any understanding, without any proper researching, without bringing any footballing people on board. They straight away went there, paid the money that Brighton wanted for Graham Potter, put ourselves in trouble in negotiations, paid every money, brought him, and with no idea that this guy needs at least 3-4 years of development, and it's all gone in disaster. In January, they again brought so many signings. I understand why. It's because they're trying to go for youngsters, get them quickly, but you cannot go and get so many youngsters at once. And the squad became 35-36 men side squad. You already have sacked the manager. The previous manager was given a bit of transfer window, and his players are here like Aubameyang, like Sterling, his signings, which are not working for manager Graham Potter, and you've brought new players like Madueke, like Fofana, who are sitting on the bench, not getting chances, and it was a total disaster. Then, when you should have sacked Graham Potter against Southampton, when you had a chance to revive the season, you did not, and now you sacked him when the season was over, and Real Madrid was just 1 week away. Everything was done at once, with no planning, with no structure, and this is a lesson to how not to run a footballing club. The new ownership have to take massive blame, and hopefully they come back next season with proper preparation, because what's happened right now is a total disaster. And the last point I think we have learned is, again I will say this thing, that the guys, for me, I think it's very easy for us to go and say these players are not trying, these players are not passionate, these players don't want to fight the shirt. I think some of them are literally trying, but I think they're absolutely broken and down to confidence, and I think everybody just right now wants the season to end. The way the players are playing on the pitch, as I talked earlier in this video about cohesion, but also I think mentally they're absolutely broken. I think a lot of these players have no confidence in the abilities. Pulisic, a player who is so good in dribbling, who gets past players, cannot get past even one player. Sterling, who always runs around, makes the right runs, started the season well, is an absolute shadow of himself. You go towards Mudryk, who is trying but has no cohesion with his teammates. Chilwell, who came back well after injury, looks absolutely lost and got destroyed by Solly March. Trevor Chalobah, dropped by Graham Potter, never played for a long time and now looks broken. Badia Shele, not registered in the Champions League squad, did not play in the last 4-5 games by Graham Potter, Frank and Bruno Salter, and now looks an absolutely broken player, making mistake after mistake. Even Fofana, playing with a new partner, scared around the back. There's just no idea where he has to pass the ball because the team is always under pressure. He was also making some mistakes at the end part, especially the goal that Danny Welbeck scored. And right now, these guys, they have no cohesion, no confidence. They have no confidence in the ability that they can score goals. And this is where we are seeing what's happening. The move in the end between Mount, Mudryk, Conor Gallagher on some other days ends in a result, a goal, and we draw the game. But they have no cohesion, and Conor Gallagher was 1 second late and the ball was taken. Right now the team is broken, is absolutely down. I think at the moment the positives are very less, but hopefully upon the right manager, we go on a proper process, we go on a proper understanding of what to do, and hopefully next season we come back. Process doesn't mean lose every game, be 11th. Process means getting the right person, backing him, putting the right mentality the club to be back in the future. And that's what Tood Boehly got wrong with Graham Potter. Time to get the right manager, time to get the right players, and hopefully build next season. Hope people who liked it, please like and subscribe. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you have great days. Big up the Chelsea.